Of course, strictly speaking, it's Her Majesty's Armed Forces. The Commander-in-Chief of the British Army is the Queen. A lot of people think this is a purely honorary position, but it isn't true. She worked her way up through the ranks like anyone else. The Queen's regiment is, of course, the Household Cavalry. But what is Household Cavalry? Is it like cavalry that's part of your household? Cavalry was always a daft idea. It seems so unfair, dragging innocent horses into human conflicts.
Can you join us here in the Crimea for the 2:30 charge of the Light Brigade chase? The going's good to firm. Let's have a look at the runners. And number 14, certain death, 3-1. 22, horrific carnage, 10-1. 18, look, no legs, 14-2. 3, innards everywhere, 20-1. 34, don't shoot me, shoot the bloke on my back, 5-2. Number 8, blinded and lame, 3-2. Number 13, hurry up and invent the tank, you bastards. 2-1 favourite. 600 ran, 3 still alive, so that's a slight improvement on last year's Grand National.
In the 20th century, of course, the Army have realised the vital importance of camouflage.
OK, lads, we're moving out.
What sort of territory, sir?
Against woodland.
Bit of birch, sir.
Birch is nice, yeah.
I think it's sort of a spray effect, sir. What do you think it's best? Elm, top plate.
One thing proved by war in the Gulf was that modern air warfare is so complex technologically that soon the only sort of people who will be qualified to fly combat aircraft will be the sort of people who were good at maths and physics and knew about computers. The entire Air Force will consist of school spanners.
Roger, Red Leader. Height 1500, speed 850.
Does anybody mind if I have my packed lunch now?
Oh no, my Kit Kats have gone everywhere.
Oh, look, a pied wagtail.
Oh, now I've spilled my Ribena.
Well, what do you think?
I'm just not sure it really says dense woodland.
In peacetime, one of the key activities of the Army is strike breaking. Whenever there's a public service strike like the dustmen, the government call in the Army.
Move! The bins! The bins! Go to the bins!
Oh. Dustmen have made less mess than usual.
Oh, no! You've just killed Top Cat.
Well, later on we'll be talking to Kate O'Mara about still being sexy at 50. But right now I'm joined by presenter of BBC TV's Watch and Wear, Debbie Greenmarsh, who's dropped in for a chat and a cup of coffee. Hello, Debbie, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks, Ivan. Although, I did have one of those taxi drivers on the way here who kept on talking the whole journey.
Did he? Oh, shit! What, the whole journey he couldn't just talk? Oh, no, no!
Anyway, the new series of Watch and Wear is going very well, and we're very pleased in the first episode...
He kept on talking! The whole journey he couldn't just read your paper! It's all spoiled now! Piss off! It's going to be tricky again.
Actually, though, I prefer that when they don't say anything.
What?
Yes, and one or two things he said were really quite interesting.
Yeah?
Yes, all in all, it was quite an enjoyable ride.
Yes! It's okay! Debbie had a good journey and now she's okay! Okay!
I'd rather be anyone in the world than M. Khan. Now, you might not know who M. Khan is, but there is a railway bridge that crosses the North Circular Road in London. And on that bridge, someone has written in huge white letters the words, M. Khan is bent. Now, I estimate that an average of 300,000 cars carrying, say, 2.7 people pass under that bridge every week. Which means whether it means crooked or gay or whatever, over the course of the last 10 years, the fact of M. Khan's bentness has been impressed on over 279,000 billion people. I can't believe anyone's ever given him a job. Name, M. Khan. Cheerio. The urban planners, they know they've wrecked the city, so they try and paste in the odd nice bit, like, you know, a bit of green on a traffic island. Like, you're going to think, oh, hello, it's a bit of the country. Better get off this person's land.
Whenever I need to get away from the city, I come here, to this spot which has mercifully resisted the onslaught of planners and developers, to be alone with my thoughts. Dear Lord and Father of mankind, forgive our foolish ways.
Next week's highway comes from a bit of mud around a clock in Stevenage town centre.
So I've been reading this book called Graffiti by Nigel Rees, which is a collection of witty graffiti collated from public toilets up and down the country, and it's full of very witty things. Smile, you're on Beadle's about, which is very funny, a ha ha ha. But what concerns me is that in 4 of these books, Nigel seems to have missed out every public toilet that I've ever sat down in, where all that's written on the walls is things like, here's my big knob, or up the bump, 0365 572, or I was molested in this toilet when I was 12 by 2 men. They hurt me, but I liked it and came back 3 times in half an hour. Or some other Morrissey lyric. Actually, I live in a place populated by me and some tramps, right? And they're fine on the whole, although they sometimes do get out of order. Like, once I was playing tennis, and for the whole game, there was a tramp standing about 10 yards behind me shouting, "You've got no bollocks! You've got no bollocks!" And after a while, I started thinking, perhaps he's right. Perhaps he knows something I don't. But then I turned around and saw him and was just moved to say, excuse me, but I do have bollocks, actually. It's just I choose to wear mine inside my trousers.
Net! Oh! No bollocks!
By the way, I was very, very pleased that Boris Becker didn't win Wimbledon this year. Because, you know, he's after all half man, half pig. Where are your eyelashes, Boris? In some sausages.
It's getting so bad I can't watch Crime Stoppers anymore because it just makes me too paranoid. Whenever I watch that show and have to walk on my own late at night anyway, and so I don't know, I'm walking up Kilburn High Road towards Willesden Lane, I can just hear the same voice in my head. The unfortunate young man had just reached the junction of Kilburn High Road and Willesden Lane. And that's when I think, damn, if I wasn't so lonely, if I wasn't on my own all the time, if I had some friends, then I wouldn't have this fear. Because then it'd be like, all right, okay, you've pulled a blade, all right. But there's one of you and 2 of us. Right, Mark? Get close! Down the hill there's a theme pub, the theme is stabbing. Do you remember that time about 2 years ago when everyone was packing a knife, or like pretending to? Every time you got into an argument with some guy, he'd be like, and you'd be like that as well. And eventually you both backed down, suddenly aware of what you were doing. Here you are actually contemplating inflicting a possibly fatal injury on another human being using a bus pass. I took full advantage of that one-day travel card amnesty when it came. I don't know, everything in this town's all broken, it's all spoilt. Only a miracle can save us.
We are Galaxian troubleshooters who turn Saturn's poisonous rings to rainbows, who sit in vigil by dying stars, who in the blast of Big Bang transcended hate to live forever in pure love, who now come down to help you here. What is your name?
M. Khan.
Hugh.
Ooh la la.